Our top story today, breaking: Democrat Party insider Doug Kass reports that Biden, Klain, and Obama are having a critical meeting today. Harris is furious that she's not being considered as Biden's replacement. We have so much to unpack here on the Gateway Pundits Week in Review. My name is Elijah Schaffer. This is the Gateway Pundits Week in Review, where we cover the top 5 stories of the last 24 hours in around 10 minutes. The Gateway Pundit reports there was a secret meeting that occurred, and Harris is furious she's not being considered as a replacement. Jim Hoff reports. In a recent segment on Fox News, former White House press secretary Kayleigh McEnany dropped what she described as a bombshell concerning the current state of the Biden campaign. McEnany quoted a post from Doug Kass, a hedge fund owner and prominent figure within the Democratic Party, who claimed to have insider knowledge about a meeting taking place between President Joe Biden, his former chief of staff Rob Klain, and former President Barack Obama. According to Kass's post, Joe Biden is insistent about Joe Biden running for re-election, causing tension within his own campaign. Kamala Harris is reportedly furious that she is not being considered as a potential replacement candidate. Kass mentioned that his neighbor East Hampton is scheduled to host the Biden at a fundraiser tomorrow. Saturday, he suggested that whether or not this event goes ahead as planned could provide significant insight to the current state of affairs within the Biden campaign. What I am hearing regarding Joe Biden, Ron Klain, and Barack Obama are having a sit-down with President today. Joe Biden is insistent that Joe runs, and Kamala is furious that she is not being considered as a replacement. Whitmer and Newsom are, interestingly, my neighbor in East Hampton is hosting the Bidens tomorrow. It will be important to tell if the fundraiser is canceled, Doug Kass wrote on X. And we have more of that segment for you from Fox News directly. Here's what they had to say with Kayleigh McEnany. Watch.
This is a bombshell. Listen closely. We're getting new reporting about what's going on at the Biden campaign as we speak. Doug Kass, a hedge fund owner, a big DNC insider, just posted this. Quote, what I am hearing regarding Joe Biden, Ron Klain, that's the former chief of staff, and Barack Obama are having a sit down with the president today. Joe Biden is insistent that Joe's running. Kamala is furious that she is not being considered as a replacement. Whitmer and Newsom are. Interestingly, my neighbor in East Hampton is hosting the Bidens tomorrow. It will be an important tell if the fundraiser is canceled. Whoa. Okay.
Well, all right. Wow. You heard it here. We don't know what the secret meetings are about, but we can tell you this. They are planning to replace Biden, whether that was part of the plan. All I know is that Trump just weighed in. Anthony Scott reports for the Gateway Pundit. In response to the Democratic Party going into panic mode and calling for Biden to be replaced after his abysmal debate performance, President Trump revealed he believes Biden will still be in the nominee. Trump made the comments in an exclusive interview with Fox News Digital. The 45th president further stated it was a great honor to be on stage representing the people of our country. In response to Biden's debate performance, Trump's campaign manager, Chris LaCivita, shared, despite taking a week-long vacation at Camp David to prepare for the debate, Biden was unable to defend his disastrous record on the economy and the border. Trump says that Biden will be the nominee. Here's what Fox News reported. Former President Trump said that he believes that President Biden will be the nominee for the Democratic Party despite their president's debate performance Thursday night that prompted calls for those on the left for him to withdraw from the 2024 race. Trump and Biden faced off in the first presidential debate in Atlanta on Thursday night. It was a great honor to be on stage representing the people of our country, Trump told Fox News Digital in an exclusive interview Friday morning. The Trump campaign declared victory shortly after the showdown ended, saying the former president and presumptive Republican nominee had delivered the greatest debate performance at victory in history to the largest voter audience in history, making clear exactly how we will improve the lives of every American. Joe Biden, on the other hand, showed exactly what he deserves to be fired. Trump campaign co-chairs Chris LaCivita and Susie Wiles said in a statement Thursday night. Despite taking a week-long vacation at Camp David to prepare for the debate, Biden was unable to defend his disastrous record on the economy and the border. Minutes after Trump and Biden debate concluded, CNN went into full panic mode. You can read more of that there on thegatewaypundit.com. Now, as maybe we'll conclude, look, Biden hasn't been running the country for years. So whether or not he's going to be running the country is pretty much not up for debate. Whether he's going to be running for office, this fake ceremonial position, well, we'll quickly find that out. Our next story from thegatewaypundit.com is kind of interesting. Joe Biden looks scared and lost as nurse Jill claims her husband's strength is unshakable. Joe Biden on Friday held a campaign rally in North Carolina after he absolutely bombed at Thursday night's debate against President Trump. 81-year-old Joe Biden completely fell apart Thursday night. He glitched, froze up, and stumbled through his words and had to be held off stage by Nurse Jill. You can watch the video there at thegatewaypundit.com. But he was in bad shape again on Friday. Nurse Jill stepped in again and ran cover for him. Biden looked completely lost and scared as Jill Biden boasted that his strength is unshakable. Why was Biden standing like that? Watch this interesting clip from RNC Research. Here's where he was standing, and tell me if he looks like he's in good shape.
I saw in him then the same character that I see in him today. And even though he has faced unimaginable tragedies, his optimism is undaunted. His strength is unshakable. His hope is undeterred.
Well, I mean, his strength might be unshakable. He doesn't look like he's shaking. In fact, he doesn't look like he has Tourette's, shaking of the personality. Doesn't look like he might even have some sort of a shaking of the body, a nerve disorder. But he's definitely in rigor mortis. The guy looks like he's dying. And it's kind of strange to me that we would put this guy into office. I don't even think that he would be able to work a normal job. And I'm not even talking crap. He's old. He should be retired. I like old people. But when you're cognitively declining, you're not to be put on a stage like this. It's really just sad. Our next story from thegatewaypundit.com is back to the case with the Supreme Court. Chevron is gone. SCOTUS rules unelected bureaucrats do not have the power to create laws. This is a really important story for several reasons, because the Obama administration, and the Trump administration, they'd sort of all been following laws to some extent. But the Biden administration said, well, we can sort of create our own laws through the DOJ. We don't really need to wait for the legislative powers to do whatever we need to do. And the Supreme Court said, actually, no, that's not the case. In a landmark decision, the Supreme Court has overturned the longstanding Chevron doctrine, fundamentally altering the balance of power between the judiciary and federal agencies. The ruling, which came in the case of Loper Bright Enterprises et al. Versus Raimondo, Secretary of Commerce et al., marks a significant shift in the balance of power between the branches of government. The Chevron doctrine, established in the 1984 case Chevron USA Inc. versus Natural Resources Defense Council, has long been a source of contention. It granted deference to federal agencies in interpreting ambiguous statutes, effectively allowing unelected bureaucrats to make laws through their regulatory actions. However, by a 6-3 majority, the SCOTUS has now declared that such power is unconstitutional and goes against the principles of democratic governance. Chevron is overruled, Chief Justice John Roberts wrote in a majority opinion. Courts must exercise their independent judgment in deciding whether an agency has acted within its statutory authority. Chief Justice Roberts emphasized that the role of interpreting laws and making policy decisions should rest with elected representatives in Congress, not with unaccountable agency officials. The ruling has been hailed by critics of regulatory overreach as a victory for the separation of powers and the rule of law. SCOTUS blog reported more. You can find that there on our website. We're really happy this happened. While it doesn't completely let the January 6 rioters off the hook, it doesn't fully allow political prisoners to be, exonerated, but it does set a precedent that perhaps not all is lost. And even though we've lost the legislative branch for the most part to foreign interest groups and lobby groups, we've lost the executive branch, of course, to corruption and rigging of elections. Maybe the judiciary can come in and bring some balance to the force. Our last story is somewhat precarious and sad. Representative Thomas Massie announces the passing of his wife, Rhonda, says the love of my life. Now, I don't want to go too deeply into the story, but it is interesting. Thomas Massie has been speaking out a lot against AIPAC. And then Congress comes out and says that his wife died suddenly. There's no belief she was vaccinated, that she had any health disorders. I'm really hoping that just like JFK and others in politics, that his wife wasn't assassinated. And I'm not trying to, pry into things, but that's actually a prevailing narrative, that somebody used poison to kill his wife. I'm hoping she died of natural causes, and so that there's some peace in the home. But man, what a heartbreaking experience, because I wish she wouldn't have died at all. We're really praying for Thomas Massie and his family. It's so heartbreaking. I've lost my mother as well, and so I know how hard it can be. And so I appreciate all of us to pray for Thomas Massie today, that he would do well and would seek out God in this trying time, as he said that his wife is in heaven now, so we know that they're believers. Thank you so much again for watching the Gateway Pundits Weekend Review. Don't forget to like this video and drop a comment leaving your feedback. I'm Elijah Schaffer. Have a great rest of the week, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.